Hello everyone, myself Supriya Rai. Today in this video, we will study chapter number 1 of class 7th, Nutrition in Plant. We will cover the following topics in this video: mode of nutrition, photosynthesis, other mode of nutrition, and how we are replenishing nutrients in the soil. First, we understand about nutrition. The process of taking food and its utilization by the organism is called as nutrition. There are so many components present in our food which is known as nutrients, like fats, carbohydrate, vitamins and minerals. Mode of nutrition. Living organism exhibits two modes of nutrition. First, autotrophic. Second, heterotrophic. First, we will see about autotrophic nutrition. Here, first you understand the meaning of auto and trops. Auto means self and trops means nourishment or feeding. Means the organisms who prepare or make their food from the simple substances like carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, etc. is called autotrophic nutrition. All green plants are known as autotrophic nutrition, and those organisms who perform this autotrophic nutrition are known as autotrophs. Heterotrophic nutrition. First we understand this. What is the meaning of heteros and then trops? Heteros means other and trops again it's mean nourishment or feeding. Means the organisms who obtain or prepare their food from plants and other animal is called heterotrophic nutrition. Or the organism, those who perform this nutrition are known as heterotrophs. Examples are animal and non-green plants. Photosynthesis. We have studied that autotrophic organisms prepare their own food. So the process by which they prepare their own food is known as photosynthesis. Here you can see the meaning of photo is light and synthesis means to make. Means they are preparing the food by the presence of or in the presence of sunlight. The plants which prepare the food in the presence of sunlight are known as photoautotrophs. There are certain conditions necessary for the process of photosynthesis. Presence of chlorophyll, presence of light, availability of carbon dioxide and availability of water. The process by which green plants make their food from the carbon dioxide and water using energy from the sun and release oxygen is called photosynthesis. Here in this reaction you can see the carbon dioxide and water combine together in the presence of light and chlorophyll and they form glucose and oxygen. Here you can see the formula also. CO2 for carbon dioxide, here water H2O, glucose C6H12O6 and oxygen O2. Chloroplast, guard cells, xylem and phloem tubes. Xylem and phloem tubes actually transfer xylem transport water and mineral and phloem transport the food after the preparation. Plants are doing the exchange through the help of stomata present on the surface of leaf on the lower side. Non-green plants like fungi, some bacteria and some flowering plants are without chlorophyll we cannot synthesize their food by photosynthesis. So they were having some different modes. On the basis of obtaining food, heterotrophic plants may be classified as parasitic plants, saprophytes, symbiotic plants, and insectivorous plants. First, we see about parasitic plants. Those plants or animals which live on or inside the other organisms and derive the food from it is called as parasites or parasitic plants. Parasite plants or parasitic plant produces certain special type of roots called as Hastoria, which penetrate into the host plant and sucks the material from the host body. Parasitic plants are of two types: total parasites and partial parasite. Total parasite means the plant completely dependent on the host plant for their food, like dodder or cuscuta. Here, partial parasites means they are not fully or totally dependent. They take only the water and minerals from the host plant, like Mistletoe. You can see here the picture of dodder plant and Mistletoe plant. Now let's move towards saprophytes. Saprophytes are non-green plants which obtain their food from dead and decaying organic matter. Examples: fungi, that is mushroom, bread mold, yeast, etc. Here you can see the picture of mushroom and bread mold. Symbiotic plants. When two organisms live together and share shelter and nutrient, their association is called symbiosis or symbiotic relationships, and the organisms are called symbiont. And the plant who does this are known as symbiotic plants. Example: Rhizobium bacteria and lichens. Lichens, here you can see in this picture, the green balls are the algae and fungus are this thread-like structure. Algae prepares the food and fungus are providing the water and minerals. Here the Rhizobium bacteria present on the root nodules of leguminous plant, in which they are providing the nitrogen to the plant and the plant provide shelter to the bacteria. Insectivorous plant. Those green plants which obtain their food partially from the insects are called insectivorous plants, also known as carnivorous plant. Example: pitcher plant, sundew, Venus flytrap, etc. Here in this picture you can see the pitcher plant. Now after this session you have to differentiate between autotrophic and heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Autotrophic food is prepared from CO2, water and sunlight. Heterotrophic nutrition or heterotrophic mode of nutrition, food were prepared by or obtained from the other organisms. Chlorophyll is required here. Here there is no requirement of chlorophyll. Examples are all green plants and some bacteria. Here all animals and fungi have this type of nutrition. How we can replenish the nutrients in the soil? Replenishing means how we can add the nutrient into the soil. We can replenish the nutrients in the soil by adding the fertilizers and manure. That fertilizers and manure sometimes chemically, sometimes natural. Second, we can add and replace the nitrogen in the soil by growing the leguminous plant, because that leguminous plant is having the rhizobium bacteria which convert the atmospheric nitrogen into the soil. After studying this whole session, you have to answer the following question. Mode of nutrition in non-green plant. A bacterium which lives in the root nodule of some green plants. And third, what does photo represent in photosynthesis? Answer all the 3 questions in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel.